In recent hours, the US has launched airstrikes on Iran, and tensions are escalating in the Middle East. And as this is taking place, Christians are looking at biblical prophecy, and they're asking the question, is this the end? Are we coming near to the end? What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to play you some short clips of what's taking place at the moment, and then I'm going to tell you why there are Christians that are saying that these events specifically are very significant in end times prophecy.
This is a Fox News alert. News from the President of the United States that there has been an attack inside Iran.
The U.S. has just completed 3 successful attacks on 3 nuclear sites in Iran.
The U.S. reportedly striking Iran directly.
Those B-2 bombers that were headed there, and he is now saying they have attacked Fordow.
A stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's #1 state sponsor of terror. Tonight, I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success. Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated.
One important thing to note is that Iran is often in focus in Christian prophetic circles when talking about end times prophecies. And the reason for this is that Iran represents geographical Persia. And Persia is spoken about in Ezekiel 38 and 39 when referencing end times prophetic events. So anytime Iran is mentioned, a number of Christians become very interested. And in fact, anytime there is an escalation in the Middle East, Christians are looking at these events, trying to discern whether this is a sign of the end times. There is an anticipation of the fulfillment of prophecy. How should we as Christians look at these things that are taking place? I think the right attitude is to be watchful, but to also be very careful. Because if we speculate too much, what it actually does is it can compromise the Christian witness. We've seen many times before over the years, Christians looking at different events and telling people, well, this definitely means that the end is just around the corner, and then nothing comes to pass. It undermines the credibility of the Christian witness. But I think also what can take place, while we can keep an eye on the things that are happening, it can also be a distraction for us as well. And I think the best question that we can draw our attention to at a time like this is, are you ready to stand before Jesus Christ? Because the reality is that our end could draw near at any time, and we could be standing before him. So let this be a sense of urgency for each of us. Now, there's one particular Bible verse that I think is particularly important here, and it provides a balanced perspective for Christians. John 14, 1-3. Let not your hearts be troubled. Believe in God. Believe also in me. In my Father's house are many rooms. I go to prepare a place for you. I will come again and will take you to myself, that where I am, you may be also. So what we can know is that for those of us who have put our faith in Jesus Christ, he's prepared a place for us. Yes, he is coming back. But we also could stand before him at any moment, and we must be prepared for either of those. For the Christian, it's more about how the story ends rather than when the story ends. It might be interesting to speculate about these things, but what we can know for certain is that we have a blessed, assured hope in Jesus Christ. And I would encourage you to put your trust in him today and to make sure that you are ready to stand before him. We'd love to get your thoughts. Leave your comments below and I'll talk to you soon. God bless you, friends.